Hi everyone, this is Hiba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be working in my Scrappy spiral notebook. I want to finish up the month of April. So basically, since the beginning of the year, I've been ending up with about 7 to 10 layouts per month, and I'm going to work on the last two for April and maybe set up May so I can start working on my May layouts in my Scrappy spiral notebook. Anyways, for this layout, I'm going to be documenting just my daily routine basically. And I have a few photos. These photos are from Week in the Life. And I really wanted to bring it into my Scrappy Spiral notebook as well. Even though I have like a whole journal for Week in the Life, I really wanted to bring in some of those photos here, and kind of documenting my everyday made sense. So I grabbed the stamp set. I believe it's from Everyday Explorers, and I'm going to stamp Everyday Life Looks Like This. And I just used it as my title. I will end up adding my journaling there. And now I'm going through some really old chipboard from Pink Fresh. And I was trying to use it, but as you guys know, I try to keep this journal flat or as flat as possible. I removed the backing of the chipboard so I could use it in my Scrappy spiral notebook. Now I went for an old Studio Calico stamp set, and it had routine on there. This is one of my favorite Studio Calico stamp sets because you can document your everyday, and it has like this 24/7 stamp on there, which as you can see, it's really black because I've used it so much. Anyways, I'm just creating an ombre effect using my stamp. I love doing that. It's a great way to bring in different shades of whatever color you're looking for, and it's just fun. So I basically stamped out routine, and then I'm going through my stickers, trying to find more pink to add to my spread. So I'm basically building off of that chipboard that I added in the corner. Anyways, I believe I'm almost done. I'm just going to end up adding my journaling right underneath my title, and then I will stamp the date and call my layout done. Easy peasy, and this is why I love my Scrappy Spiral notebook. I think I say this all the time. When I saw this notebook, I wanted to give it a chance. The first thing I thought of was easy and simple layouts, and you guys know how much I love that. And I'm so happy that I tried it and shared it with you guys, because this has become one of my favorite ways to document my life. So if you see a new project, a new layout, a new journal, give it a try. You never know, it might turn out to be your next favorite project to document your life. Anyways, let's move on to my last spread in April. I'm going to be documenting what I'm currently listening to, reading, watching, all the good stuff. And as you can see, my photos do not fill the boxes, which is a-okay for me because I get to use my stamps more and my stash. So I'm going to start by going through my die cuts and trying to find the right die cuts to fill in those boxes. And I actually found the perfect die cuts. So I have this old Pink Fresh Studio die cut pack, and it was teenager themed. And I just wanted to use these up because they've been sitting in my stash for a while. And, my kids aren't really teens anymore. So I found a die cut that said, "I don't need you, I have Wi-Fi," which was perfect. And it fit perfectly in my box. And the other one had books, and it said, "Books are magic." So I'm going with it. I think they fit nicely. The colors are really nice, and they work well with my photos. So I just add them to the boxes and move on. I want to stamp a TV set between my two shows. Stamped it directly on my page, but I really didn't like how it looked. So I just grabbed an old circle die cut, stamped it in the center, and added it in between those two shows, called it done. I think it looked much better. It stood out, and it filled out that space better than when I stamped it directly on my page. Now I want to work on my title. So the stamping from the opposite page bled through, and I really hated it. And you can see here, I'm trying to think how I'm going to cover this up. So I just go through my scraps, and I found the perfect scrap paper. It was colorful. It matched my die cuts. So I'm going to trim it down to fit in my box, and I'm going to use it for my title. That way I cover up the bleed through, and it brings in color to my spread. So I'm going to start by stamping currently, And then I'm going to stamp watching, listening to, and reading. I believe this stamp set is from Everyday Explorers. As always, I will link everything I used down in the description box for you. Do apologize, I tend to forget the names of my stamp sets. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and finish up my title. I will stick down my little piece of scrap paper. I will also stick down my die cuts, and then I want to fill out my last box. So for my last box, I decided that I don't need journaling because obviously you can tell what I was reading and watching and all that good stuff. So I didn't need to fill it with journaling. So what I decided to do is grab, I believe this is a Kelly Perky stamp set, and it has some fun words to document your currentlies, like television, book, albums, all that good stuff. Well, I'm going to use it to fill in my box. What I decide to do is start stamping word by word. And then before I add the next word, I would add a colorful dot. This way I can bring in some color from my title. And also it breaks down the words and they don't just look like a bunch of words in a box, if that makes sense. So you'll see me going back and forth between different ink pads to color in my dots or to add color through my dots. And I love how it turned out. I really like this page. I think I'm gonna end up doing this for every month. I'm the type of person, even if I didn't start this at the beginning of the year and discovered it mid-year, I'm okay with it. I'll keep going with it. So basically what I'm trying to say is if you discovered a new favorite and something that you want to do every month and it wasn't in the beginning of the year, go for it. What's the big deal? Who created the rules that you have to start from January? You can start whenever you want. Anyways, I am done. I want to add my title page for May. I believe I shared these with you that I purchased them from Etsy and I really love them. They're very simple. It just has May on there, but I like to add my own touch to it. So I'm going to add a little palm tree. I'm just going to create little clusters in the corners. I will color them in with my ink pads and I'm going to do that whole ombre effect. I really liked it for my routine layout. So I thought I would do it for my title page as well. I'm actually considering doing title pages for my Scrappy Spiral notebook for next year. If I do, I will add it to my Etsy shop. But for now, I purchased these, so I'm just going to end up using them. I think it would be fun to have just a printout that you can just print every month and add it to your Scrappy Spiral notebook that's already ready for you. So let's see if I do that. Anyways, I'm almost done. I'm just going to go ahead and fill out my palm trees with different shades of green. I also do add some washi tape just to add like some balance a little bit. You guys know I like to use black to balance things out. I do end up using some black washi tape. Then I call my layouts done and my title page for May done as well. That way everything is ready for me when I want to start working on my May spreads. Don't forget, I will be adding all the links for everything I use down in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.